Hi everyone, welcome. So today for class we're going to be doing a modified second series. I'm going to suggest having 2 blocks and a strap handy, and we'll actually get started in a reclined fish pose. So I have my block set up to a T. This first block's going to go right underneath or between my shoulder blades, and then the top block at a little bit higher height behind my head. Legs can come out long, or perhaps feet come together, knees apart in a Baddha Konasana or butterfly position. Arms come out to the side. And just take a moment to arrive on your mat. Maybe do a body scan, starting at the top of the head, noticing how your body feels today in this moment. The second series of Ashtanga is called Nadi Shodhana, or a nerve cleansing practice. So you might notice that it has a different effect on the body and mind than perhaps the primary series does. As a nerve cleansing series, I want us to bring our attention to the back body, particularly the spine, cervical spine, and the neck, the thoracic spine, where the ribs attach the chest, the lumbar spine, the lower back, which supports the abdomen. And you have the sacrum and coccyx that are fused vertebrae in the pelvis. Vertebral column protecting the spinal cord and all the nerves and plexuses that branch out from the spinal cord to send and receive information to the rest of our body. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhaling. Take another sip at the top of your breath. Exhale through the mouth. Let it all go. Again, just like that. Inhaling deeply. Another sip at the top of the breath. And exhale through the mouth. And one more time, just on your own. Allowing the breath to return to its normal state. When you feel ready, bend the knees, feet come to the mat, roll off to the side, just taking the blocks out from underneath you. I like to have 1 block on each side just to keep them handy. And we're going to roll back onto our back. Knees bent, feet on the ground. And then curl those knees in towards you into a ball position, rocking side to side, massaging out the low back, Eventually, knees find their way all the way over to the left side. Arms can come out to a T, to a cactus, looking over the right shoulder, or a spinal twist. End of your exhale, knees come back through center. Eventually draping over to the right side. Gaze turns left. Full breath here. End of your exhale, come back through center. This time we'll rock and roll up longer spine. Do this a couple times, just massaging out the back. Eventually, we'll roll our way up all the way to hands and knees. We'll go through a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly. Heart comes through, look up. Exhale, round the spine, curl in. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Just continue in this way, listening to your body and what it needs in this moment. Taking the spine through flexion and extension. Maybe you even invite in some circles. Taking a moment to feel the body. Eventually coming into stillness. Let's stretch out the wrists and flip one palm and then the other palm so that the wrists face forward. Perhaps one at a time, perhaps both. And a nice stretch to the front of the wrists. And I like to put the back of my hand down on the mat, one at a time. And eventually finding that equal weight in our tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, lower down, chest to ground, hands at low ribs. We'll inhale our chest forward for a baby cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. And exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, push yourself back into child's pose. Perhaps knees come wide, arms out in front of you, toes together. A few breaths here. End of your exhale. Come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, straighten your knees, lift your hips, and come into downward dog. You can pedal out your feet, perhaps coming up on your toes, dropping the heels from one side to the other. Finding length, both in the spine and in your breath. End of your next exhale, walk your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. For now, keep the knees bent generously, just so the torso can rest on the thighs. Perhaps grab opposite elbows. Maybe sway side to side. Giving the low back a chance to release. And then one vertebrae at a time, roll yourself up to stand, head being last to rise. Feet comfortably apart, palms facing forward, standing tall in mountain pose or samastitihi. Ground into your feet, strengthening the legs. Feeling tall through the spine, reaching out through the crown of the head. Let's move through some sun salutations. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, lower to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We'll be here about 3 to 5 breaths. Know that as we move through vinyasas in class, you're always welcome to do cobra and child's pose, or even cat-cows. Feel free to skip and modify as your practice needs today. End of your exhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Again, inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Really pushing into the hands so the shoulders can come away from the ears. Tilting the pelvis forward, creating length in the back of the legs. Heels may or may not touch. End of your exhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Sane, one more time. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Ashtanga may move the body in different positions, but it's primarily a breath practice. So if you haven't already, engage Ujjayi breathing by creating a constriction in the back of the throat to create that ocean wave-like sound. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. End of your exhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Sun B. Bend your knees, drop your hips, lift your arms for chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Rotate your left foot in, big step with your right foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands back to mat, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. This time, right foot rotates in, big step with the left foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands lower, down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We'll be here for a few breaths. Warming up the body. Feeling the prana start to move. End of your exhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale to chair. Exhale, Samasthiti. Sun B, one more time. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left foot rotates in, right foot steps forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to mat, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot rotates, left foot steps. Inhale, warrior one, look up. Exhale, hands plant, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. End of your exhale, walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Drop your hips, bend your knees. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, hands come to hips. Widen the feet hip width distance apart. Exhale, fold forward. Grab your big toes with peace fingers. Ankles, shins. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold a little deeper. It's okay if knees bend a little bit. Just working their way towards straight. Allowing the head to hang heavy here. Elbows can come out to the side. Inhale, look up halfway. Either take the same fold or perhaps palms come underneath the soles of the feet. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Long, deep Ujjayi breathing. The end of your exhale, take your hands out from under your feet. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale here, plant your palms on your hips. Inhale all the way back up to stand, straight back. Feet come together, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms come out to the side. Step back with your right foot. So now you're facing the back of the mat. Exhale, right hand comes forward, grabs the big toe. Left arm reaches to the sky for a Trikonasana or triangle pose. Think about shifting your hips towards the front of the mat. So right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Eyes either to the top hand or to the toes. End of your exhale. Inhale up through star. Rotate your feet to the front of the mat. Exhale, left hand grabs left big toe, shin, ankle, or even a block. Right hand reaches to the sky, Trikonasana, other side. Drawing the left hip back and the right hip forward. Allowing the rotation to really come from the thoracic spine. Inhale, come up through star. Rotate your feet to the back of the mat. This time, cartwheel your hands. Exhale, left hand either comes to the mat, perhaps to a block inside of the foot. Right hand reaches up to the sky for a revolved triangle. Taking the block with you. Inhale, cartwheel your hands up through star. Rotate your feet. Exhale, right hand to big toe, mat or a block. Left hand reaches up to the sky for a revolved triangle, other side. Move your block off to the side, maybe somewhere in the middle so you have access to it. Inhale, come up through star. Exhale, feet come to the front of the mat, Samasthiti. This time, big step back with the right foot. Inhale, arms out to the side. Rotate your feet to the back and bend into that right knee, knee stacking over ankle. Exhale, drop the right elbow to right knee, arm comes up and over for extended side angle. Palm facing down, long line of energy through the left side of the body. Eyes can look up to the hand. If that's uncomfortable, can look down, just keeping your drishti steady. Inhale through star. Rotate your feet to the front of the mat. Bend into the left knee. Exhale, drop the left elbow to left knee. Right arm reaches up and over. Extended side angle on the other side. Long line of energy to the right side of the body. Inhale up through star. This time, rotate your feet to the back of the mat, bending into the right knee. Hands come to heart center, facing over that right knee. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee for a revolved prayer twist. End of your exhale. Inhale yourself up to star. Feet rotate to the front of the mat, bending into the right knee. Hands through heart center. Right elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee for revolved prayer twist on the other side. End of your exhale. Inhale yourself up to star. Exhale, step your feet to the front of the mat. Samasthiti. Again, we'll step that right foot back. Not a middle step, but we're going to face the long edge of our mat this time. Inhale your arms out to the side. Exhale, lower, plant your palms on the mat in front of you. Drop your head. Or just an extended forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Maintaining your Ujjayi breathing throughout practice. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands come to hips, stay here. Inhale, flat back, rise up. So inhale your arms out to the side. Exhale, hands come back to hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward with the hands on the hips. Shoulders come away from the ears. Crown of the head energetically moving to the ground in front of it. To straight back. Inhale all the way up. Exhale here. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, arms wrap behind the back, either clasping the hands or grabbing for opposite elbows. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way back to stand. Release your arms. This time, inhale, arms up to the side, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Peace fingers to big toes. One final wide-legged forward fold. Hollowing out the belly. Feeling grounded and stable through the legs. Allowing the spine to be long. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to hips, stay here. Inhale, rise, flat back. Exhale, feet to the front of the mat, Samasthiti. This time, right foot comes back, short step. Rotate your feet all the way to the back of the mat. Hands can either come into reverse prayer or grab opposite elbows. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold over that right straight leg. Nose to knee for pyramid. Inhale, rise, keeping hands where they are. Rotate your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold over the left straight leg. Nose to knee. Of course, it doesn't have to touch, just the direction that it's moving. Folding over that left leg. Inhale, rise. Exhale, step your foot forward, Samasthiti, top of the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now, walk your feet forward, but we're going to come into a crouching position. Then I'm going to take the front of my mat, and I'm actually going to start to roll it just to create a little bit of height. And I'm going to step my heels to be on that mat so that my knees stay up off the ground, feet stretching out. We'll rotate ourselves to the right. So left hand can come to the left knee. Perhaps your hands are at heart center into a twist. Exhale, come through center. Do the same thing other side. So right hand can come to the outside of the left knee. Left hand either to a mat or a block behind it. Perhaps you like to do a prayer twist here. Release, come back through center. You can unroll your mat. We'll make our way through a vinyasa, so step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. From here, Inhale, roll yourself into a plank position. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Hands come behind you, fingertips to the mat, palms facing up. And inhale, lift the front of your body. Maybe toes come off the mat as well. Breathing here. Feeling the strength of your back. Lifting the body away from the floor. Exhale, lower back to the mat. This time, either repeat that or palms come to low ribs, but we're going to keep our hands light. Inhale the chest and head off the floor. Maybe the feet come off the mat as well. Breathe here. Once again, not really pressing so much into the hands, but keeping the hands light, almost like you could lift them up off the mat. Exhale, lower. Now, either repeating one of those two variations, or you can bend your knees, reach your hands back towards your ankle. Inhale, front of the chest comes off the mat, head looking forward. Maybe kicking the ankles into the hands so that the knees lift as well, coming into bow. But wherever you are breathing, the end of your next exhale, release. Palms come to low ribs. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. This time, walk your feet forward to a crouch again, and we'll drop our knees to the mat this time and come up into a kneeling position. You can take the top of the feet to the mat, or toes can remain tucked. And I'm going to take a block and place it in between my thighs. Well, this will come in handy in a minute. We're really thinking about squeezing the thighs together. This is called adduction or adduction. We're going to be coming into camel, but we're going to take some variations along the way. So for now, keep the hands on the hips. Inhale, look up. Just take a gentle back bend here. Eyes moving as far back as feel comfortable. Thinking about really pushing your hips forward. And then when you're ready to come up, squeeze that block. And that creates a lift for the upper body. Now, we'll do that one more time, either staying there, or this time perhaps hands come back to the heels. Neck can either look up towards the ceiling, or perhaps the eyes drop back behind you. Coming into camel. Hips moving forward. And then when you're ready to come out here, squeeze that block to lift yourself back up. Now we'll do that one more time. You can either keep the block there if you find it helpful, or remove it. Taking any of the variations that we've had so far, or perhaps you just do one hand at a time. Otherwise, hands can come to heart center. Inhale, pressing your feet forward, Hands come up and back, maybe finding the mat behind you. Head can rest on the floor. Breathing wherever you ended up. Notice how camel is very similar to bow, only in a different direction. And when you feel ready to come back up, remember to 80 duck your legs together to rise. Plant your palms, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk your feet forward again, this time coming into a crouch, but bring your feet wide towards the edges of the mat. You can sit on a block if you'd like for a goddess squat. Hands come to heart center, elbows to the inside of the knees, staying tall. And then either staying here, or you can plant the palms in front of you so that your knees kind of come into your armpits on the outside of your arms. Lifting up onto your toes and shifting the weight towards your hands. Practice that first. Maybe so much weight comes into your hands that your toes start to elevate off the floor, coming into crow. So notice how we came into crow from a low crouch position, keeping the hips low. And then shifting the weight back to the feet, coming into that low squat. Maybe you remove the block, hands plant, lower into chaturanga, move through your vinyasa. We'll all meet back in downward dog. From here, we'll inhale our right foot up to the sky. Exhale, big step forward in between your hands. Lower the back left knee and heel toe your right foot more or less to the center of the mat, and then drop the right knee out to the side. Now, stay upright here. You can either take a block, place it underneath your right hip for a little bit more support. But we're not just going to fall into pigeon. In Ashtanga, the second series, a lot of these next postures, the foot is over the head. And this pigeon type position can mimic a lot of that sensation into that right hip. So we're going to be thinking about the foot more or less in the midline of the body, so that theoretically it could come up over the head. So we're not just going to fall into our most comfortable pigeon here. Eventually, maybe you start to lower down to your elbows. Maybe you lower all the way down to the mat. Wherever you land, just breathing into that right hip. And with your next exhale, push yourself back up. Tuck your left toes, lift the left knee. Eventually, right foot comes to the sky for three-legged dog, and then it lowers back to the mat. And do the same thing, other side. Left knee, left leg lifts, three-legged dog, Exhale, big step forward, coming into a low lunge first. Drop that right knee, untuck the toes, and then heel toe the left foot, more or less to the center of the mat, dropping the left knee to the outside. Stay upright for a little while. This part of the series, there's actually 3-4 poses where the foot is behind the head. So we'll linger here. Allow this to be a posture within itself. Eventually coming down to your elbows. Maybe lowering your head all the way to the mat. Again, though, thinking about the foot being more or less in the midline of the body, as if it was going to come up over the head. Inhale, push yourself back up. Tuck the right toes, lift the knee. Left foot comes to the sky for three-legged dog. And then down to the mat. Inhale towards plank. And then exhale, chaturanga. Move through your vinyasa. All meeting back in downward dog. Walk your feet towards the middle of the mat, but stay folded forward. Hands are going to come in between your legs to the back of the ankles or the calves. It's okay if you need to bend your knees here or widen your feet to create a little bit more space. Head hangs heavy. And then shift your weight to the left foot. Come up onto the right toes, lifting the heels. And then we'll do the same thing other side, shifting weight to the right side. Come up on the left toes, heel lifting. Do that a few times. Maybe if you're up for a challenge, you shift so much weight that you actually start to take a few steps, toes coming off the mat. Once you feel even and balanced, undo your arms, hands plant, walk back, chaturanga, move through your vinyasa. This time, drop your knees to the mat, coming into tabletop position. Walk your hands so that you're in a kneeling position again. Step your right foot forward, and then take the right foot and move it out to the side. So hips are still facing the front of the mat. Right leg is in external rotation with the hips. Arms come out to the side. Inhale, exhale, right arm sweeps under the left arm for eagle arms. Maybe a double wrap. Breathing here. End of your exhale. Inhale your arms back out to the side. Exhale, hands plant, come into tabletop. Inhale through a cat-cow. coming into neutral spine. Walk your hands back up to a kneeling position, hands on the hips. Left foot steps forward first, then move it out to the side. Inhale your arms out to the sides. Exhale, left arm wraps under the right, coming into eagle arms. At the end of your exhale, unwrap your arms. Inhale your arms out to the side. Exhale, hands plant, back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, look up for cow. Exhale, round your spine for cat. And inhale back to neutral. This time, take your left knee, walk it towards the center of your mat, and then you'll take your right foot and actually cross it over the left knee. Widen your feet to the edges of the mat, and then you'll push yourself back to a seated position. So knees are more or less stacked on top of each other, feet going out to the sides. You can either stay here, holding on to your feet, or if you have a strap, would like to go for a bind, take the strap in your right hand, reach the right hand up over your head, left arm comes behind your back to grab the strap. Spine tall, cow face pose. Release the bind with the arms. Move the strap to the sides. Walk your hands forward so that you're rolling back into hands and knees. Uncross your legs. Inhale, drop your belly for cow. Exhale, round your spine for cat. Inhale, back to neutral. This time, right knee comes towards the center of the mat. Left leg crosses over. You can hug your knees in tight together. Feet widen out to the side and push yourself back to a seat. You can adjust your legs here if you need to. Either staying here, holding onto your feet, or if you'd like to go for a bind, this time strap comes into the left hand, reaches up over the head, right arm comes behind the back to grab the strap. Wherever you are, release at the end of your exhale. Walk your hands forward, rolling back onto your hands and your knees. Either move through a cat-cow, or perhaps you'd like to go through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. From here, walk your feet forward. Come back into that crouch position. Hands move behind you. Come to a sitting, feet straight out in front of you for Dandasana. Just taking a moment in staff pose. We transition to our finishing sequence. Bend your knees, plant your feet on the ground, scoot yourself down, roll back. Feet on the ground, knees up. Coming through some bridge variations. We can always do a restorative bridge and stay here. Perhaps we want to take a block, place that underneath our hips for a little bit more incline. If we'd like a little bit more active pose, inhale your hips up. Walk your shoulders underneath you, perhaps grabbing or clasping hands behind the back. We'll go through 3 different bridges, knowing that you can always return to any of the previous positions. With your exhale, unclasp your hands, lower back down. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips. You can either clasp your hands or bend your elbows and place your hands underneath your hips, creating a little prop. Still being active in this pose, not necessarily dumping into your hands, but remaining active through the legs. Once again, that idea of adduction, or bringing the thighs together, can really help with some of these back bends. Exhale, lower back down. Stay here for a breath. You may notice that these poses are very similar to bow, to camel. We're just in a different orientation with gravity. We'll do this one more time. If you'd like to come into full wheel, palms plant beside the ears. Inhale your hips up. Exhale, push yourself into wheel or any other variation that calls to you today. So wherever you are, making sure you can maintain your breath. Eventually we'll all lower back down. Taking a moment. Restorative bridge. Then inhale, curl into a ball. Take a moment, maybe rock side to side to roll out the low back. Hands can come underneath the hips, the sacrum, feet towards the sky, straightening the knees for waterfall, or legs up the wall. Softening the belly, allowing the abdomen, the psoas, to remain active and relaxed. It's the balance. Either stay here, perhaps you'd like to lift yourself into shoulder stand, creating a prop for your hips with your hands, really making sure that the bulk of the weight is in your elbows and shoulders and out of your neck. Eyes towards the toes. Once again, either staying here, perhaps you'd like to bring your feet behind you for halasana or plow. Eventually, all rolling down. I like to keep my hands underneath my hips. Feet come together, knees bent and apart. Push into your elbows to lift your chest. Come onto the top of your head, or a variation of fish. To come out, press into your elbows. Feet come back onto the mat, knees up, draw them into a ball position. We'll rock and roll ourselves up our spine, eventually coming back into a tabletop position. We'll do one final inversion before we move into Shavasana. So from tabletop position, bend into your elbows. I like to think about bringing my elbows in towards the mat a little bit. Just so as you place weight into your elbows, they tend to roll to the outside. So we're going to bring them in. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, straightening your knees. Come into dolphin first. This is a great place to be. Dolphin really allows us to play with our shoulders, to feel the strength of our shoulders, allowing them to slide down our back, away from our ears. It's less so about strengthening or lengthening the back of our legs. We've done plenty of downward dogs today. More about strengthening the shoulder girdle. Then bend your knees, come into child's pose. Pause here for a moment. We'll do this one more time. You're always welcome to play in dolphin again. Or perhaps if you'd like to come up to Pinchamayurasana, it's always an option. If you have a comfortable headstand, you may want to go there too. So wherever you decide to be, making sure that you're feeling the strength through your shoulders. Eyes steady. Perhaps lifting one leg at a time. Eventually, I'll come back. Me back in child's pose. Walk your hands back so that you're in hero's pose. Whenever you'd like to sit, perhaps you want to roll down to easy pose. Just legs crossed comfortably in front of you. Perhaps they come into lotus. Arms wrap behind your back, grabbing opposite elbows. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold forward. Taking these final moments of class to meditate on our breath. Rising back to a sitting position. Hands can come on the lap, to the knees. Perhaps your hands naturally find a mudra. Know that you can stay in this position as long as you'd like. Or if you'd like to make your way down to a Shavasana, do so easily and gently. Rolling down, taking up space on your mat. Feet can soften out to the side. Hands can come wide off the mat. Their palms up to receive or down to ground. Perhaps walking each shoulder blade underneath you to support the heart, lifting one leg and then another, just as your body naturally releases and stretches long on the floor. Taking this time to integrate practice. Notice how your body may feel. Notice the effects of this practice, perhaps compared to the primary series. Resting here, trust that the next time you hear my voice, I'll be leading us to the end of practice. But for now, take rest, take rest, take rest. Slowly, ever so gently, bring your attention back to the space around you. In your mind's eye, see your body resting on the floor. Eventually bringing small movements to the fingers, the toes, perhaps rubbing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Circling out the wrists, the ankles, maybe bending the knees, curling into a ball, or perhaps stretching long. Eventually finding your way to your favorite side, taking a full round of breath here. Taking all the time you need, eventually making your way back to a seat. Hands can rest on your lap. Perhaps they come to heart center. Just taking a moment of gratitude for showing up to practice today. May you be loving and kind to yourself and to others. Until next time, namaste.